Well, today I'm coming down to see my good friend Bobby. Bobby's Automotive, Franklin, Tennessee. We're going to see what he's up to. I'm going to talk to him about the Chevrolet truck because it always helps to get another viewpoint on it. And he's about one of the best technicians that I've ever met in my life. Little panel truck. You never know what you're going to see over here. Junky Mazda. Billy! Billy! Billy, what are you doing, Billy? Billy, you can't say that on. You're gonna have to bleep that out.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. He doesn't care. What are you doing? Work on the air conditioner?
No.
No. It's
Dying while driving.
It's a BMW. Who cares?
Okay.
Oh, a Jeep! He's got a spare spot. He needs to get something in here and start working on it. But there's a Jeep here. That looks nice. I don't know about that. It's Bobby. Bobby's Automotive, Franklin, Tennessee. What are you doing, Bobby?
Trying to find a part.
Oh, that's your life.
Yes.
I like his organization. He writes down stuff. I could never read it, but he can understand everything, his own thing. What's going on?
Working.
Working. In the air, you're in the air conditioning and they're out there sweating.
Well, for a minute, I'll be right out there with them.
Okay.
Thanks, sir.
This is the employee break room at Bobby's Automotive.
What did you do to it?
Sir, were you aware that the county mayor has said that we have to wear masks for the coronavirus? And
Yes,
I'm not
in
seeing
public.
You.
I'm not in public.
You are at a place of business, sir, and I'm
No.
going to have to call the popo.
You call the popo.
I'm calling him and saying,
I'm not in
I have
public.
been exposed by Bobby at Bobby's Automotive, Franklin, Tennessee.
You're right.
He doesn't seem that concerned, and that's kind of a worrisome thing for me. All right, so Bobby and I kind of came to the same conclusion that it almost feels like it's been sitting a long time and the injectors have kind of got gummed up. The truck runs a little bit better than when I first got it. I put some injector cleaner in the gas tank and some high-test fuel, but it's still not running like it should be. So the next step would be to pull the injectors out, clean them up, and put them back in, and I think that's where we're headed. All right, the check engine light's on, so I am pulling codes, and we'll see what it has to say. All right, so I got 3 codes actually. I got a PO300, which is engine misfire. That's kind of a general code. I got a PO157 and a PO137. Those are all O2 sensors on those, and I've got a couple ideas on this. That's what happens when you put a lot of Seafoam through it. So I ran it into the intake. It's going to sit there for a little bit, and then we'll crank her back up after a few minutes. Randy's here! What? I'm fogging for mosquitoes. Oh, look at that mask. That's a sound meter. Nice. That's nice. It's like a horror movie. It actually seems to be running a little better. I don't know. All right, it is running a lot better. It's starting to idle out, getting a little more power. I'm still getting a PO300, which is a misfire on the codes, and that can be just because the injectors are still a little bit dirty. So we're gonna load her up one more time, let her sit for a while, see if that doesn't help dissolve some of that gunk on the injectors, and I may not have to pull the injectors out, which would be sweet. Okay, so I loaded it up with another can of Seafoam through the intake, which made a huge difference. I'm gonna let that sit for probably 2-3 hours, see if it can percolate inside the cylinders, maybe get some of that gum and varnish and clear out those injectors, and I'm gonna get a couple more cans and throw it in the tank to run through with the high-test gas we put in it, and hopefully that's going to cure our problems. All right, the sun is going down. I'm going to go ahead and take her for a drive, and I guarantee you it's going to smoke like a freight train. Well, it quit smoking after 3 or 4 miles most of the way. I'm going to get it on the highway and drive it long enough to make sure I get some of that injector cleaner through it, and we'll see how we go. All right, so I'm still getting misfires on cylinder 1 and cylinder 8. Cylinder 1's the worst. Somebody decided to try out the pickup truck and said that this truck would not enthuse her to want to date someone. Is that what you said? What did you say? Cat got your tongue? Talk, woman, talk! This is not that impressive of a truck, is it?
Yeah.
Huh?
Of course it is.
Okay, so I'll buy me another one just like it.
No.
All right, so where does that leave us as far as the truck repair? Well, it's running. You could actually drive it. It misfires on 1 and 8, and it's not the smoothest running engine. Now, I want to fix it so he can get it through MARTA, so the check engine light isn't on. And what does that mean? Well, there's probably something either in the screens or there's a defective injector or something. So I've ordered a set of injectors and I'm going to replace those. Sadly, the truck sat for a couple years, maybe 3. I'm not sure exactly how long, but during that time, something happened. Either rust got in the lines or the injectors got gummed up or something in the tank because it was completely empty and it went through and clogged them up. But definitely something in the fuel system is causing these misfires, not allowing the fuel to get to it, whether it's a bad injector or something like that. Because I've put new plugs in it, the wires are in great shape. So now that's the next step, is to clean out those injectors, and once that happens, hopefully she'll run like a scalded dog and we'll be pretty much done with this. The radiator, the cooling system, the transmission lines, all that's perfect. It's doing great. It's holding exactly where it should be as far as the temperature goes. And I might throw a little bit of Freon in it. The air conditioner doesn't work, just to see where that's going. I have no idea what's up with that. But that's kind of where I'm at, is I'm going to start looking at pulling out the injectors and putting the new ones in. And I'm hoping that'll be the final step in making the Chevrolet run like a new one.